Alright, so we're now on the Crimson Tollway, and the highway system that's crisscrossing this region, the Crimson Lance, that's their first order of business. This sort of reconnaissance force that's here now has taken over control of the highway to prevent transportation in the region so that people can't get to their armory that they're building. This is one of our new enemies for the DLC pack. It's called the Lance Probe, and their job is to defend these highways. From a design standpoint, we knew that vehicles were going to be an important part of this download content, and so we needed some enemies that were going to be a real threat to the vehicle. We felt that in the game, as it stood, we didn't really have enemies that were a threat when you were in the vehicle, so we wanted to add something new that would give you some trouble while you're in the vehicle and really push the car combat. And as you can see, the monster has a new kind of rocket launcher that we haven't had before. Sort of this multiple homing missile sort of thing. And the Lance hasn't been nice to most people who've been trying to get through this area. They've started fortifying the area. Nice. So that's the roadblock that's in our way, and we're going to have to get out and check out this Crimson Lance base in order to shut down this roadblock. And this will give us a chance to show you some of the new Crimson Lance enemies that you'll be facing in the secret armory. Here's one of the new enemies, the Lance Combat Medic, and he has a turret that he can put down which will heal all the Crimson Lance nearby, so he can be a formidable threat. We've raised the level cap. Obviously we're playing here as a level 52. We've raised the level cap to 61, and so in order to keep the challenge high, we've of course raised the level of all the enemies as well. There's another one of our new enemies up there, the Lance Rocketeer. So Lance Rocketeer is exciting because it's added the third dimension to the combat. So everything's not always on the same level when you get those Rocketeers in there. Lance Shock Trooper, which we just saw there, he's new as well. And he is resistant to shock weapons and uses shock weapons, so he is a big threat to your shields. Dang, I'm getting torn up. As you can see, the challenge, we're playing in the second playthrough, the challenge is fairly high. And we knew we had to keep the challenge level high because players who are playing the high level content here have characters that are just really well tuned and have the best weapons in the game. And so the challenge is pretty high in this content pack if you're playing the level 50 content. Here's the Badass Shock Trooper, and as you can see, he's sort of got this cool backpack apparatus that recharges his shields very quickly. All the new enemy variants also have badass versions, so there's a badass Rocketeer as well. We've seen the Shock Trooper. There's also a Lance Pyro, which has a flamethrower and is resistant to fire weapons. So we've tried to add a lot more variation to the Crimson Lance arsenal so that you have to really think about what weapons you're using and what enemies you're facing. So here's our roadblock. We've got the switch here. Brick will fire this off for us. Our force field is removed. There's one last thing over here I want to show you. We've also got some new types of treasure chests and things for you to open in order to get your loot. This is the Crimson Lance treasure chest, which is twice the size of the best treasure chests in Borderlands, and also have a better chance of dropping the best items and weapons in the game. So here's a cool new class mod. I'll grab that. And off we go. And then we'll give you, so we've cleared our roadblock. We're on our way to Moxie. And we'll give you a taste of General Knoxx.
All right, this is General Knoxx. I don't really want to be here. This planet smells like hemorrhoids wrapped in bacon. I sent Steel to this planet to take care of this little problem, and also because, seriously, have you heard her? She talks all the time. And hello, have you met our friend the Sun? So, I guess, thanks for turning her into a meat kebab. Also, I'm gonna kill you and stuff. Cheers, mate.
So General Knoxx is not really happy to be on Pandora. He had much better things to do, but he was sent here to clean up the mess that Commandant Steele left after the player opened the vault. And you'll learn a lot more about him as you play through the story and do all the missions.